Mass Effect. One of my favorite game series of all time. Especially this first one. Mwah. Masterpiece. And this music makes me feel something. Honestly, let's just jump into it.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Now, what Shepard do I want? Let's create a new one. Do a male. Let's name him
Please log in
Shepard.
to access your profile.
That's a pretty heroic name. If somebody named Potato came to your rescue, I think you'd be happy.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Alright, so we got three little backstories basically to choose from, or pre-service histories. There's another selection after this, but let's see. Let's do, and these do change like one of the missions you get in this game. Just little minor details, little flavor. Let's do colonists. I haven't done colonists in a long time.
Confirm psychological profile.
Now, these also have a mission associated with them, or like they change one of the missions in the game to suit this backstory, and they also affect your little morality scores based off of one of these three options. So this is like your baseline. You kind of get a split between the two moralities. Your goody two shoes, and this one you have a little bit of a quote unquote bad, not really bad, but you're not the Captain American soldier. And honestly, I've kind of grown to like this one a lot. Even if you play as like the goody two shoes character, it, especially in this first one, it adds a little bit of like flavor, speech options. So I'm gonna go with Ruthless.
Confirm military specialization.
Now, all personal preference, all just have their strengths and weaknesses. I'm actually partial to the weakest class in the game, the engineer. But I've also beaten the game and have all the power unlocked, so I get a little power up by selecting assault
facial
rifles.
Identification.
We'll just keep default model Shep. It looks pretty
Profile
good.
reconstruction complete. Identification confirmed.
Alright, as you can see, we are going to be playing on Insanity. Honestly, it's pretty easy, in my opinion, on Legendary Edition, so I'm not really that worried. But yeah, we'll just keep it how it is right here. Let's go.
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He got most of his unit killed on Torfin.
He gets the job done, no matter what the cost.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Alright. Now I am going to be doing full Paragon. So if you want to see other stuff, I'm not the one to watch. And also, apologies if you could hear a little bit of a little sipping or gulping. I got myself a little bit of coffee. You know, weighing myself up. Alright, but here we go. I agree.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Is he upset?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
I also don't know if I'm actually going to read all the options, to be honest. I feel like the low-key might get annoying, so I don't know. We'll fill it out.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
Alright. And you may not know this, but you can actually pull out your weapons right just in this little intro section. That is really loud. Wow. Alright, and so we got a little level up menu, so you can see the little bars by our character's face, by Shepard's face. We got Paragon Renegade. So since I selected that Ruthless option, I got a little bit extra Renegade. Now, that's not going to be useful for me. I mainly just like it for the little flavor lines, which we will hear one here in a few minutes. But it's really insignificant at this point in the game. The main thing that will affect you is the little skill point. It's right here. So you can have this Renegade at the start and select all charm, and you'll be able to do the charm options that are available at the start of the game. So this is the real important part right here. Honestly, since I like having the speech checks, I go ahead and just pump all my points into this right away. And again, I'm going full Paragon, so I'm going all charm instead of intimidate. Now there are extra perks that unlock later, like buying and selling discounts for either one. And then of course you got your other stuff. Since I'm engineer, I got pistols, basic armor, and there's little skills associated with each, which are very useful, especially on the sanity, the shield boost. Magnificent. Of course, we got this decryption, which will help us unlock some things. You can see decryption on easy objects. We got hacking, electronics also to help open things, but this also gives you essentially extra health, some shield capacity. We got damping, first aid, pretty self-explanatory. Medicine, so basically hacking is for robot enemies. Medicine ability will be for human or like biological enemies, and then it just reduces your heal time. Then since I have assault rifles, I get extra bonuses to my assault rifles. They did change how weapons work in this game. So, for example, I can essentially, ADS essentially with ARs. But in the Legendary Edition, I can ADS with any gun. And OG Mass Effect 1, you could only ADS with weapons that you get training in. So like right now, I'd only be able to ADS in pistol and assault rifles because I've selected assault rifles. I would not be able to do this with a sniper and OG. So they, a little bit of quality of life changes. Made the game a little bit more accessible. You just don't get any damage or accuracy bonuses in Legendary Edition. But let's talk to this guy, Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
You know what? I don't think I'm gonna read all the options, but I'll just let enough time pass for you to read them.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Now, I will say, there are some of these which will extend the conversation. Some of these on the options on the left will actually just basically be a different neutral option. So it's kind of tricky to know what is what. It's just you learn it by playing the game. So like these will just progress in one way, but I want a little bit extra information.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
Okay, so you could already see it on this side. So the normal, like, kind of like not a dick. This one's kind of more of like commanding officer. That's kind of a dick. And then you also will occasionally get the ones on this side. So like cover, just like questioning, and then this one's just like, bro, you're just being dumb. You're wrong. So you can always mix and match. You can do a little bit of a mixed Paragon Renegade playthrough, but I just, in my heart of hearts, I can't be mean to people. Especially some of the options are like actually like pretty messed up. So I don't know. I've tried it and I just don't feel good about it. So I always go with the little good guy options.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Now in some scenarios, especially in the first game, you can actually
What do you know about
go
Plus there's Nihilus.
and select both.
It's pretty obvious the shakedown run is
A full crew makes sense. We need the extra hands in case anything goes wrong. And the Spectre is just here as an observer.
Well, maybe you're right, Commander, but I just can't shake this
So
feeling that
that
we're out
one's
here
not
on
that
false
mean. Like
pretenses.
that one's like a pretty normal response, right? But some of them do get. I'm trying to think of an example, but some of them are pretty like.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Also, I'm gonna go through all the dialogue options, right? So if you don't want to watch that, just try and skip ahead, or you know, move on to somebody else. I ain't tripping.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Torfin. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Now, I will say, and this is something, assuming I, you know, continue through the trilogy, as I intend to do, you'll notice that the male Shep voice actor is very, I guess, stiff in the first game. And that's kind of by design. Like, the voice actor was initially just doing placeholder lines, and then they just kept him in as the male actor. But he also does the voices for some of the other like species in the game, so he's obviously a really good voice actor. And you'll see that come into play, like especially by the third game. He really comes into his own, especially for like the Paragon options. But it's definitely a little rough in spots in this first game, just kind of like very flat, boring delivery.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. What you did on Torfin, that's what they're looking for. Success at any cost, ruthless efficiency, show no mercy.
I didn't enjoy Torfin. I just did what I had to do.
No, I didn't mean... Sorry, Commander. That just came out wrong. I never meant any disrespect.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
So, right there, that's this little part is where you kind of get a little bit of flavor dialogue based off of that one's background option. And you see, like, even though it's like the quote-unquote renegade or ruthless bad guy background, like you can turn it into like something that you deeply regret, and I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. Honestly, I'll pull up the pre-service history because how some of them link together, like you can really build a nice little head cannon in your head.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
I don't know. We'll see if he's actually that far off from the truth of what they do. But, so, one cool thing about basically any of the older BioWare games, Dragon Age has this too, but I like it in Mass Effect. There's this codex. So you got primary, secondary, it gives you all this background information on a bunch of different things, and it just expands further as you progress through the game and uncover more things. So the primary one cool thing is that it's voice acted, actually.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were...
So, that's pretty cool. Obviously, you can just look up this stuff. I'm not gonna go through all this. The only one that I'm gonna really show is this one, the personal history summary. So the secondary ones don't read themselves, which I kind of prefer, but it's nice that it's there. So you can see, so we selected the colonist and the ruthless one. And so, see, our little colony settlement was raided by slavers. And it doesn't say here, but there's a group, a species called Batarians, and Batarians were the slavers that raided the colony. It doesn't say it here, but they are the ones. So you can basically build a little headcanon. See, like, our settlement, friends, family were all slaughtered, we were rescued, and then we enlisted in the Alliance, the military organization we are part of, and joined a bloody campaign to basically kill Batarian slavers and other things. But you can build a little headcanon like, oh, everything you knew and loved was destroyed by Batarians. You go in, join the military, fight said Batarians, and essentially, it doesn't say explicitly, it'll be said in some other dialogue at some point in the series. You kind of, you may have, I don't know, committed a little bit of war crimes here and there. You can see, made sure not a single slaver made it out alive. So, you know, a little revenge story, and you can turn that any way you want. But I think it's cool. And there's some of them that like really tie in together, like they'll change how you got involved with the Alliance based off of what you selected. Like each background only has one that it really interacts with that way, but I don't know. They all make sense in some sort of fashion. But enough yapping. Let's get on with it. Prolonging this long enough.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
I will say I do like this option more. It makes more sense, but this one is slightly amusing to me for some reason.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
I was impressed when I studied the reports from Torfin. A grim business, but you got the job done. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Alrighty. So, we've got a colony under attack.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Alright. And since we now got squad mates, we can go ahead and level these guys up. I think I'll probably turn our boy Caden here into a little bit of a healer, you know? Pretty important, because I'm not planning on investing anything into these unless I just have extra points, which I don't think I really should. And Jenkins, we'll just give you this and a little bit of health regen. So each class kind of gets their own little special things, you know, little special perks. Soldiers get the nice little benefit of health regen. Now I will say, technically, since I've beaten the game, I get that too. So the game is definitely a bit different if you're like on a very...
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
very new playthrough, sorry. Now, if you come over here, little container to loot, get some upgrades. Of course, I got nothing this time. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Shoot these. Just to make myself feel better.
Oh God, what happened here?
I don't know, Chief, but they caked up. Anyways, let's move on. Let's see. Oh shit. Jenkins got guap. Okay. I swear it's on Insanity. No, but honestly, Insanity is like insanely easy in Legendary Edition. It's actually insane.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
R.I.P. Jenkins, bro. Now you can see at the bottom left our boy Caden. He's lost some health, and it's not coming back. He should be fine, but I'm gonna keep him behind cover. Especially since I can basically like...
I've got some burning buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Since I can 2-tap these drones in this version. Now, if I remember correctly, in the OG, there was like a container to loot either here or there. It's not here in the Legendary Edition. So that's kind of sad. Sorry, don't. There's gonna be more loot we can handle later on. You don't have to shoot these things. I'm just shooting them because I didn't get anything on that first little loot box. Go ahead and top off and refill our Medi-Gel. Let's see what's around this corner. See, will this kill him? Will this even hit him from here? Let's see. Oh, it did hit him. Alright, cool.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
And that's just repeats a dialogue we already heard, so there's no point.
Move out.
Alright. So, man, every time I play this, it makes me wish the later games had the same, like, system as this, and that these abilities all have their separate cooldowns. So, like, not counting Andromeda, but like in 2 and 3, you use one of your abilities, all of them go on cooldown, and I think that sucks. So like I could use this, let it happen, and then immediately open the menu again and use this. So you can just spam abilities, and I think that's fun. Alright, so we got some upgrades this time. We'll take a look at those. And armor. Alright. Let's go ahead and do the same thing I did for Jenkins for her. And let's see, so we got armor piercing, which is damage against synthetics. Pretty good, to be honest, right now. And then cooldown reduction on the enemies. Not that great, to be honest. But you know, we'll let it ride. I'm actually not gonna use any of these. I'm gonna give this to Caden because he needs it more than I do, to be honest. And since he uses a pistol, I'm gonna give him. I'll just give you the radioactive rounds. And Ashley, we're gonna give extra damage since she actually uses a weapon that does damage. Yeah, pistols aren't that great in Mass Effect 1, to be honest. Kind of a little weak sauce. You know, it's okay. It's still definitely beatable with pistols, especially with the changes they made in this one. Let's set Ashley here. I'll just do Caden there. Because there's a little ambush here. Surprise, surprise. Bro, why are you over here, bro? I literally just told. Alright, whatever. It's fine, it's fine. Because we're gonna do this and this. And I don't know why every time I play this game, this guy is always just like stuck behind here. So you know what? I'm just gonna do that. Alright, so she just said huh, right? So that usually means that your little companions have some dialogue, so let's hear it.
Impaling victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
And when one has dialogue, that usually means the other does too.
That man was still alive when they stuck him in a spike.
Killing us isn't enough. The Geth want us to suffer.
Alright, that's it. And then the rest is just like generic
It used to be beautiful here.
dialogue according to the environment.
Smells like smoke and death.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Alright, I will say one thing I do like about the Legendary Edition is how they handled some of the weapons. So if you hit the details, right, at this bottom one, you'll see high rate of fire, fires in 3-round bursts. That wasn't a thing in the OG. It just kind of, it's like you would have these same stats, right, but like it really wouldn't change how the weapon functioned, whereas in this one, it actually changes how the weapon functions. So now if I pull, If I pull out my AR, not my sniper, we'll see. It does 3-round bursts. Now it still does, I don't have to pull the trigger every time still in this game, but it does 3-round bursts, which is kind of neat.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Alright. Easy peasy. And guess what? There's a little upgrade kit. And oh, we didn't really get anything I want. Another Banshee one. Do I want to give her this? Why not? Let's roll. I think this is also the 3-round burst one, yeah. I'll keep that offer for now. So let's see, damage protection, extra shield. Ah man, the OG armor just looks so good. Honestly, I might just hold on to that for now. And we got Krogan armor already. Game kind of telling us that we might have access to a Krogan teammate, which
It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
which we'll see what that is. All right, now the mini game. This was definitely a little bit more difficult in the original, because if you failed this manual override, you could not do it again. And this one, you can. So that's really not that big a deal. And it's just like a QTE type of thing. Nothing too crazy. You can just auto do it if you have the Omnigel, which is the second to the right on the bottom. That's that resource at which you can turn all these, like all this extra gear into that resource. Don't really need it, to be honest.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
You're wasting your time. The age of humanity is over. Our extinction is inevitable.
Manuel, I need to ask you something.
It's probably best if you just leave him alone.
I don't have time for this.
Time? Our time is over.
Poor guy. He's low-key not really that wrong. But, you know, nobody wants to believe that dude. Because he does sound very crazy.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
That ship is really loud. Nice. Will it fade away or does it just shrink? Alright. Well. Sure. I guess now I can... So the reason I'm getting our sniper is because in the later games, there are two weapons become the AR and the sniper. So I like just keeping that consistent, just giving her sniper. I usually don't have her use it, but you know, she got one.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You're breaking the law, Cole.
We're not hurting anybody. Hell, most of the time I don't even know what's in the packages. Just thought there might be something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
Our first speech check. So you can see that this one is grayed out. I don't have enough intimidation. I think that's what it's called. I already forgot. But I can do this one, the charm one.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
So we got actually a pretty nice weapon upgrade, to be honest. Let me grab this stuff real quick. We'll take a gander. Alright, got some more stuff. So, you basically always want somebody on your squad to be, have decryption and electronics. I'm an engineer, so I always have it, so it really doesn't matter for me. But let's just go ahead and upgrade these as much as I can, so I can unlock everything sooner. This guy, let's give you a little bit extra health and increase your barrier. Yeah, do that. Let's give you that shield boost because it's very nice. And more damage accuracy. Alright, let's take a look. So we got the Avenger, so it's a slower firing. No, it's not. This is not the slower firing. This one is just more damage, less accuracy. Not bad. And then we got a Stinger. So this one is just a full upgrade. Now, I'm actually not going to use it because I low-key don't really need to use it. I'm just going to give... See, what do you have? You have the Edge 1. Okay. Or Edge 2, I mean. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to give somebody else that mainly uses pistols this weapon because I don't really need it. Yeah, let's see. We got medium armor. Pretty sure that's what Ashley's already wearing, yeah. Since I'm not a soldier, she's the only human that I can wear medium and heavy armor. So yeah, that's all I got. Now, unfortunately, it seems I can only record an hour at a time on PS5, which is what I'm playing on. Which also means, I'm not really going to be doing any editing or anything like that. Just keep it nice and simple. But yeah, I guess I'll just end it here, and I'll probably just do another shorter video or something like that, just to finish this mission, which is what I was trying to do. Just have Eden Prime and call it quits for the one episode, but sometimes don't always go as planned. So let's see it for the part 2 of Eden Prime, basically just the ending.